What's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Thriller, and welcome everyone to All Elite Wrestling Review, the show from um March 11th, 2020. Excuse me, we're just giving you AEW Dynamite results. Before I get to that, I just want to say sorry for the hiatus and the delays. Where pertains to me giving you YouTube contents. Doesn't matter if it's wrestling or any other type of content I want to give you. But I'm gonna try to get back where I left off, where pertains to all that. And basically, I explained a little bit more of it when I did my WWE Elimination Chamber 2020 review of it. But with that being said, let's get right into it. They were at Salt Lake City, Utah. And you know, the one thing about Utah is something that you need to learn, or pertains to what Josh said in the episode of Drake and Josh, where it pertains to Megan's Revenge. That episode where it pertains to Josh. What was his oh yeah, Josh Nichols. That was Josh Peck's character in Drake and Josh, where he was telling Drake, Parker, his stepbrother, um, he's moving to Utah because nothing bad ever happens in Utah until AEW Dynamite showed up, and bad things happened in Utah because AEW showed up. Except it wasn't from this one guy that I thought was going to do just that. And instead, it ends up being someone. I won't say someone else, but everybody else in a way. But I'll get to that. But yeah, commentators was Tony Schiavone, Taz. I'm sorry, not Taz. It was Tony Schiavone, good old GR Jim Ross, and Excalibur. I think Taz was on commentary for a little bit, if I recall. Because Tony Schiavone was doing something else in a way. But the rest of the night it was Tony Schiavone. But I think I remember it was this particular episode that Taz was on commentary. But that being said, let's get right into the show here. So on the show, they were teasing who could be Hangman Adam Page's mystery partner of his choosing, where it pertains to going up against. I'm trying to remember who they were going up against. Basically, someone from the inner circle. So it wasn't Santana Ortiz because Ortiz was busy with someone else. I think it was against Guevara and Hager. But yeah, but all night, the show actually started off first with Alan Page confronting Tony Schiavone, who's with Matt and Nick Jackson of the Young Bucks. And basically, Page says it's a mystery who's going to be the partner and everything. Basically saying that Matt Jackson is not going to be you. In fact, it's going to be someone who's more talented than you, and that's his brother. And saying that hope you got your gear and everything. And but you know what? It's a mystery who's going to be my partner and everything. All night he's been teasing who could be the mystery partner. Who can it be? And yeah, and we'll get to that. So Cody being accompanied by Arn Anderson and Brandy Rose versus Ortiz being accompanied by Santana. Match itself, I thought was great. And it was during the match where we see Jake the Snake Roberts showing up with his new client, which ends up being revealing to be the Murder Mohawk, Lance Archer. To me, it was let down that was Lance Archer. That it was Lance Archer who being the client. I thought it was going to be at least Brody Lee. But after watching AEW weekly, on the Wednesday night of with some Dynamite, I was okay with it after that. But on this night, it wasn't to me. It wasn't like a kiss me that much. But hey, at least Lance Archer showed up this time. And when I talk about what represents to every bad happens in Utah, Lance Archer was one of the guys that wasn't a part of why something bad happened in Utah. Unfortunately, because his thing is represents Lance Archer. His thing is everybody dies, but not by him though. Somebody else ends up dying, but it was not by Lance Archer. It was by someone else. I'll get to that. I should say someone else. I would say from everybody else. But again, I'll go to that later. But the match continues. At one point, Lance Archer tried to go over the barricade to go after Cody, and then Jake stops him, and then no, not yet, not yet. Basically, Lance Archer is maintained by his manager, Jake the Snake Roberts, and we gotta see where that goes from there. But in the end, Cody gets the win over Ortiz, which I thought was a good match, basically. So after the match, Santana attacks Cody, and then Matt Jackson and Kenny Omega runs down to stop the beating. Also, Chris Jericho and with Sammy Guevara and Jake Hager on the Titantron, and Jericho says, basically telling the group that they are being being put on notice, and in 2 weeks' time, during that time, it was 2 weeks' time during that time, but now 2 weeks is up now. We're going to beat the living hell out of you, according to Chris Jericho. All your pumpkin head dipshits. And then he brings up, wait a minute, where's Nick Jackson? Because Nick Jackson was out there. And Jericho says, oh, that's right. Nick Jackson is he's got a bit of a headache. And then the camera zooms out, and it's revealed that Nick Jackson was beaten up badly by Jericho, Guevara, and Hager. Especially, and I'm pretty sure especially Hager, because he's an MMA fighter. And basically he's under the door where it is to the steel door, that goes, the gate door, open it up. He was being squashed on top of it, and he's pouring blood from his head, and then the elite goes to check him out. At that point, the inner circle was gone, but they were not gone for long. So basically, the inner circle, the whole thing about nothing ever bad happens in Utah. Well, guess what? Something bad happened in Utah, not by the hands of Lance Archer, but by the hands of the inner circle, what things happened to Nick Jackson. So Nick Jackson ends up being the first one to die, and I thought that was great. Britt Presley and the AEW World Women's Champion, Nyla Rose versus Chris Statlander and Hikaru Shida. So the match happens. I thought it's a pretty good match, and it was good to see Britt Presley back. And then Nyla Rose and Britt Presley won. So this is the first time that Chris Statlander and Hikaru Shida ends up losing a tag team match. This was actually the second time they lost a tag team match together. The first time is when Chris Statlander made her debut, and she ends up losing the match. This time around, it was Hikaru Shida losing the match. After the match, Britt Presley beats up on Nyla Rose and basically let her know she wants to be the next in line for the title. And there you go. I'll say about that. And it hasn't been confirmed either, folks, because she's not really on that top list of to be the next in line. Because she's very been in there, but I love how she tried to cut in line of other women that are there, like a Shida, and she wants the opportunity against Nyla Rose. And that's how wrestling works too, by the way, when it comes to how New Japan does it too as well. After the match, we get a video vignette of Christopher Daniels doing the Dark Order parody by saying, "Screw the Dark Order. The Dark Order sucks." And it was funny the way it was done too. And then he challenged one of the Dark Order in Evil Uno or Stu Grayson. I don't know how I said that wrong. In a singles match, basically he wants to first one in a singles match, and then he says, and he's going to show everyone that there is no exalted one, and he's going to prove them right by beating them, and then he said that the exalted one will not show up. So we thought, or should I say, so he thought. But we'll get to that when I do the next review of AEW Dynamite. But yeah, I thought it was funny though. This is all Christopher Daniels from TNA, of his personality and basically his funny personality in a way. So MJF, the Butcher, and the Blade with the Bunny and Warlow, as MJF, the Butcher, and the Blade goes up against Jurassic Express and Luchasaurus, Marco Stunt, and Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Match itself, I thought it was good, except for one thing. Marco Stunt kept stepping on MJF, in the corner. First time it was fine, but then the second time it was overdone. In the end, it was MJF, the Butcher, the Blade, ends up winning the match. They cheated, obviously. They won. That's how they won. So. All right. We get a video vignette of Darby Allin showing someone in the body bag, and it ends up being, and he's wearing a mask of Chris Jericho. One of those standing posters. That he cut the head of Jericho and put it on his face and everything. That was. And he has another mask, which was a Sammy Guevara mask. And he gets in the truck and puts the body in the bag around the yard, and there you go. Oh, and there's like a eerie music playing background, scary in a way. So yeah, I thought it was good, and it also shows you that Darby Allin is not Drew, but the inner circle. So, oh god, Tony Schiavone interviews Britt Baker, and she ends up being shit Baker because she shit on the mic because of what she said here. So first she comes out with the coffee, and I say to myself, okay, I get it. Tony Schiavone used to work at Starbucks. When so you're going out of business during that time. Yes, I get it. He worked at Starbucks. So what? And yes, I was proved wrong, by the way, folks, about that. I was wrong. I thought he didn't work for Starbucks, but he did. So I was wrong. So so go at me, come at me with that. But I'm watching this. I'm like, oh my god, like why is this happening? What does she have a secret crush on Tony Schiavone now? I mean, you're with Adam Cole, baby. I mean, what is going on? Tony Schiavone from WCW, in case no one caught that reference. That he literally said, "What is going on?" If you want more memory being fresh, it was during the segment where he had the Sting Army coming out to the aid of Diamond Dallas Page and Roddy Piper against the NWO, of Hogan, Macho Man, who was wearing a neck brace, by the way, Scott Norton, the Outsiders, Buff Bagwell, Vincent, Six, Kurt Hennig. If I can remember, if Kurt Hennig was out there. The point is NWO, the whole NWO thing, and fuck Hulk Hogan. Anyways, so yeah, she's glad that Tony Schiavone is here, and Britt Baker makes fun of the state of liquor laws in Utah. She's saying Utah is a boring place. And I say to myself, you're boring me. And she says to the poor health among the fans. And then she was like, we're like a family. Yarn. Everybody has goals. But something about a janitor. And then she wants to be a role model. That's what the whole thing is about. She wants to be a role model, and she kept repeating it again that she wants to be a role model, and she also kept repeating that she's a dentist. Yarn. And finally, Britt Baker comes. Not Britt Baker. Big Swole comes out. I meant to say, and like, thank God, someone with a personality. Jeez. So Big Swole comes out and basically she stops the madness, the boredom that Britt Baker was doing. I don't know what that was, like seriously. And then basically this is what she said. She said to her, make you know, Fish says to her that, I can't remember how she said it. Okay, she says that Britt Baker does all she does is talk. Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, I know she does. All she does is talk, and it's fucking annoying at this point. And she gets closer and says to yeah, but basically Britt Baker was countering away by going behind Tony Schiavone, and then all of a sudden, Britt Baker says to Big Swole that you know that Tony Schiavone doesn't even like Big Swole. And I say to myself, what is she? Because source shit Baker shit on the mic. That's what she did. She doesn't just shit in the ring, but she shits on the mic too. Jesus. So she says the only wrestler that only cares about her is her boyfriend, which she's referencing, Cedric Alexander from WWE. And I say to myself, boyfriend, they're married. And thank God that Big Swole called out on that. And she says, no, I'm married, baby. And that was a shot to Britt Baker, which is her boyfriend, Adam Cole, because if anyone is boyfriend and girlfriend, is Britt Baker and Adam Cole, baby. Yeah, because, Big Swole is married to Cedric Alexander because they have a kid, a daughter, basically, a daughter. And that means they are a married couple. So once again, Britt Baker shits on the mic. But you know what? I'm like a broken record on this one. But then also, Britt Baker gets the coffee and pours in the face of Big Swole, and she runs away. Joey Janela and Private Party versus the Death Triangle, which is Pac, Pentagon Jr., and Ray Phoenix. So, Private Party, excuse me, is not Orange Cassidy. I meant to say Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn. That's Private Party. Death Triangle, they got a theme song. I mean, theme music, excuse me. And I thought it was cool, especially when they turn out some type of word, whatever, which is sounded very cryptid. It was cool. So Death Triangle ends up facing Joey Janela and Private Party, and they end up winning. Death Triangle ends up winning. At the match, Death Triangle goes for the Death Triangle lock onto all three men. Now, it looked a little sloppy, but hey, if they pull out right, it will look great next time. And then we had Best Friends and Orange Cassidy coming out for the save, chasing out Death Triangle, and that was it. Next in there, she interviews Dustin Rhodes, where it pertains to asking him why is he in his ring gear, because Dustin Rhodes decided, basically he says he's pissed off the Inner Circle, he's tired of the Inner Circle, and he says, Hangman Page, I'm your partner whether you like it or not. And yeah, and there you go. And basically they go do some, they'll be fixing to do some cowboy shit. So basically that took away the understeam of who could be the mystery partner for Adam Page. Whatever. Next we see Shawn Spears pertains to fans submitting video video of how they want to be the perfect tag team partner for Shawn Spears. Yeah. But we'll see how that turns out. I thought it was good though. I thought it was good. AEW revealed the rules of Blood and Guts match, which is to AEW Dynamite presents Blood and Guts. And here are the rules. 2 men will enter into the cage for 5 minutes around. 5 minutes round, meant to say. Then every 2 minutes, another participant will be in the match. And the match will officially begin when all 10 participants are in the match. Basically, it's going to be 5 on 5. 10, 10, 10, 10. Anyways, so 5 Inner Circle members and 5 Elite members. And the winning team is determined by making any opponent submit or surrender. Basically, no pinfalls, no submissions, which you can't do. I mean, it's by some, you can win by submission or surrender. Even though submission and surrender is the same thing, but okay, whatever. I guess you have to say I submit or I surrender. I don't know. But anyways, no pinfalls, no countouts, duh, because they're gonna be in the cage. So, I guess I mean by basically there's no countouts, and also or by or you can't escape the cage. Basically, you cannot escape the cage. But it just says here that you by escaping the cage. I hope that's not the case, by the way. I hope that's not the case. I hope it's whole thing where that you're in the cage, the roof, the roof cage, so that the NXT wasn't doing. But it's whatever too. Basically, it's the rules of war games. It's that's what it is. It's the same rules, from back in the day. Jim Ross gets to sit down an interview with the AEW World Champion Jon Moxley. Jim Ross asks Jon Moxley is he medically cleared for the next show, and Moxley says that he's not clear, he's not feeling 100%. He's not feeling 100% right now, and he doesn't go into suspicions. And then Jim Ross says, that the whole 1-on-5 odds was a smart, but was tough on your part. And Moxley says, he means he basically saying that he calls out Hager and after with the whole pop on thing and everything. And then Ross asked Moxley about what was the plan for Newark, and he says that he wouldn't miss the show, and he says the Inner Circle is focused on all on the Elite, meant to say, and he says Moxley is in there in the blind spot. Basically, he's not gonna miss blood and guts. So it was good. It was good to see that interview though. Main event time: Chris Jericho. Okay, so it wasn't Jake Hager. It was Chris Jericho. It was Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara being accompanied by Santana, Ortiz, and Jake Hager versus Hangman Adam Page and Dustin Rhodes. So yeah, it's Jericho and Guevara versus Page and Rhodes. Match itself was good and entertaining too, because Jericho mocking Drunk Man and Page. But the match was still good. In the end, it was Hangman Adam Page and Dustin Rhodes winning the match. After the match, the Inner Circle comes into attack on Page and Rose. All of a sudden, we get KMA coming out with a broken hand, suffering from Revolution. But Hager cuts him off. Well, I think it was Jericho cut him off, and then Cody Rhodes comes in. He came back from the hospital, where he's attending Nick Jackson. Excuse me, not Matt Jackson. Then we get and then Matt Jackson comes out because first they got Hangman out of Page. They do the same thing to what they did to Moxley. The Inner Circle, they was good to Hager. I mean, they was good to Page, to what they did to Moxley. But instead, Matt Jackson comes out and beats up on the Inner Circle, and then Adam Page gets up, and then Matt Jackson gets in the face of Adam Page, and then gives him the middle finger, like he did last, like how Adam Page did to Matt Jackson last time. and this time it was Matt Jackson. And then Austin Jericho with a nasty chair shot to the head of Matt Jackson, and then to Alan Page, and then the circle ends by doing the fist bump with the middle fingers up. Same thing like they did with Moxley on the last show. So there you go, and that's the show. Great show. All to build up for the AEW Dynamite Blood and Guts. Talking about wrestling, 5 matches. My overall rating for the show, I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. And with that being said, thank you all for watching for Is Natural Born Thriller, saying peace on the streets. So this was your All Elite Wrestling review, which is giving you AEW Dynamite results from March 11th, 2020. Until next time, which is to All Elite Wrestling review, folks. You all stay well, stay safe, stay protected, what pertains to the coronavirus situation, and stay in peace. You all take care. I'm out. Ta-ta for now.